Hi, my name is Minh, and I'm with Recipe for Success, a SNAP Ed organization at UNCG, University of North Carolina at Greensboro. So before we start, I want to say thank you to one of our partners, One Step Further, for letting us use their wonderful kitchen. So today we're going to make a holiday-inspired drink. If you have not picked up a recipe card, please pick one up wherever it's located at your location. Today we're going to make hot apple orange cider. It's something that we can definitely drink during the fall or the winter. And it's great for the holidays because you can keep it on the stove or in a crock pot, and it will help your house or wherever you're taking the cider smell like the holidays. So if you all could grab a recipe card, and I'll meet you at the stove here so we can get started and we'll make some together. We are back at the stove and we're gonna get this hot apples orange cider started. I have the stove set on high right now, and then what we're gonna do is add some apple juice to the pot. Now you can definitely make this in a pot at home right before you go to your holiday party, or if your holiday party is at home, you can definitely do it on the stove and leave it on the stove. If you don't have enough room during the holiday prepping and cooking in your house, you can definitely put it in a crock pot and set it aside and leave it alone. So to this pot, we're going to add 64 fluid ounces of apple juice. Now I have 100% apple juice here. You can definitely use 64 ounces of apple cider if you can find local apple cider. Those are great too. I couldn't find it at the grocery store when I went to go buy it. So we're gonna use apple cider juice. So 64 fluid ounces, which is equivalent to 8 cups. And like I said, I already had the pot on high heat. So that's why it was fizzing. It's a lot of juice. Alrighty. And to the apple juice, we're going to add 4 cups of water. This will help dilute some of the sugar, but also because we're going to add some oranges to this, and so we don't want it to be super heavy. Plus, you're going to boil this for 2 hours, so some of that liquid content in your apple juice or apple cider that you're using will evaporate. And so we want to make sure that your juice stays juice and not applesauce. So 4 cups of water going into the pot. All right. And to this pot, we're going to add 2 oranges. Now I just cut these in half. Rinse the oranges and then cut them in half. We're going to put the whole thing in there. But I like to squeeze some of this orange in the pot so that the juices in the orange itself can be released into the pot. You don't have to squeeze too much, but just a little bit will help flavor that pot pretty quickly. All right. So we'll add this last half orange in here, and I'll drop that in. And then we're gonna grab our spices. Now I have cinnamon, allspice, and cloves. So to this recipe, we're gonna add 6 cinnamon sticks. I bought this at Walmart. You can definitely find it in your spice aisle. Cinnamon sticks are very common now. So that's 3, 4, 5, and 6. We're going to add 2 whole spice in there. They're very small. They're smaller than a peppercorn, and you only need 2 of them. So we'll dump that into the pot. And then we need 12 whole cloves. Now I bought this at an international store. Whole cloves are a little bit harder to find. If you look for them at an international store, you may be able to find them. If you can't find them for whatever reason, you can definitely use ground dried clove, which is totally fine. Just make sure that when you add it to your pot, you sprinkle in the dry clove so that you don't drink clumps of dry seasoning in your cup. So we need about 12 whole cloves here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, 12. And that is it. So I'll meet you back here at the stove in about 2 hours. We're gonna get this thing boiling, and then your hot apple orange cider is ready to go. So this pot has been simmering for the last 2 hours. So it's ready to go. You can definitely set this on a hot plate and let your guests or your family serve their own mug of this cider, or you can stick it in a crock pot and just let it keep warming up in the crock pot. But either way, it's up to you how you want to serve it, or if you want to stand in the kitchen and serve everyone a mug of this, that's fine too. I just have a ladle here, and I'm just gonna pour it into the mug that I have. And to this cup, I'm actually going to put a brand new cinnamon stick in it. Let people play with it in there and let that new cinnamon stick seep into that cider and just let that seep even more. So that's it to the hot cider, the hot apple orange cider. So I hope you all enjoy this holiday inspired drink.